Hey guys, RowanX17 here. Decided to profile the deck I've been running for some time now. Though it's taken hits over the years, it still managed to do really well and even got some YCS tops afterwards, until Dragons came out, yeah. And in case you can't tell from the title, it's wind-ups. So, let's get into it. Start with the monsters. We got 3 wind-up rabbits. This guy's amazing. He can bounce off himself to prevent destruction, he can renew other wind-ups effects, and because of his being a quick effect, you can just poke at your opponent, because if they activate a trap, you can just chain him, and he's safe. Love this guy. You should run 3. Next, I got 3 wind-up sharks. I like this guy a lot. He's kind of like the glue that holds the deck together, in a way, because you can just throw down one of these guys with pretty much any other monster in this deck, and make something. And also combos pretty well. I don't know. There's not a whole lot you can say about this guy. He really spoke for himself. Okay, next we got 3 wind-up rats. It's pretty much Monster Reborn for the deck. I don't like it as much because I always end up drawing this guy in my first hand, which means I can't really use him, so he ends up clogging a little bit. But I tried putting him at 2, but it didn't really fix the problem. I never got one when I needed it. So I'm just gonna... Really, I think this guy needs to be run at 3. He's pretty good, though. You can do a lot of stuff with him. So I'll explain later. Next, I got 1 wind-up magician. If you have any inkling about wind-ups, you know that this guy is amazing. That's why it's at 1 copy. Otherwise, I'd run as many as I could. Next, I got 1 wind-up warrior. Love this guy. In the new wind-up deck, he can pretty much just come out with a rat and make a 1-card rank 4 Xyz. I mean, he's simply amazing. I really don't think you should run more than 1 because you only need 1 to pull out of the grave. So, yeah. Next, I got 1 wind-up soldier. He's not as good as his friend, but I don't know. He still works alright for me. I might take him out for something if I need to. Next, we got 2 tour guide from the Underworlds. Though Sangin's gone, due to Sangin's disappearance, there's no real reason to play this at 3, even though it's going back to 3. But because that was that engine at 2, it could run pretty much the same way with the tour bus. But I just don't really feel like playing a tour bus. It just feels kind of slow to me. But play this down. It's pretty much a rank 4. Yeah, an instant rank 3. I like it a lot. Next, got Snowman Eater. I love this guy. Set him. Your opponent thinks you're just trying to fend for your life, and bam, he loses whatever he has. Love this guy, and you can sync with, and if he survives, you can Xyz with him later, because he's a 3. Next, probably my favorite tech in this entire deck, got Neospatian Grand Mole. Oh my god, I love this guy so much. Basically, your opponent brings out some super complicated monster-y thing, and, I don't know, a 5-headed dragon, just really any extra deck card or anything that's difficult to make. Summon this guy, and bounce. He's gone. Love this thing. In combination with, like, Rabbit, you can do so much shenanigans. Like, have him out. Like, have Rabbit. Just do whatever. Banish. Then your next turn, summon that. Banish whatever get rid of whatever he makes. Attack with Rabbit. Stroke. Bounce whatever he makes the next turn. Attack with Rabbit. I mean, this guy's awesome. I love this card. Okay. Next, I'm running 1 card D. I don't know. I don't really like playing multiple dualities, as I'll get into later. But I kind of like the 1 card D. Gives me some speed, and it gives me a little bit of speed. I really like that about it. But I think 1 is a good amount. Next, I'm running a Max C and an Effect Failure. Now, under normal circumstances of last format, I'd probably run 2 Max Cs, but at my locals, we aren't really all that into meta decks, except for this one guy, which I explained last episode a little bit. But, yeah. So really, Effect Failure comes in handy a lot more than Max C does. I mean, normally Max C is definitely better now, but also, in the new format of, which is what I'm making this deck for, with pretty much things like Fusions are going to be Fusions and anything else that just launches an effect is going to pretty much be top, which means Effect Veiler can stop it. So, I feel that'll be better there. Next, I got my spells. We got 3 wind-up factories. There's no reason why you shouldn't be playing this in wind-ups. It's simply amazing. No real explanation needed there. Then, 3 MSTs. Due to the loss of heavy, this is kind of a necessity for many decks, especially ones like this. So, I really don't see why you shouldn't. Next, got Dark Hole. It's a staple, and it really doesn't cause all that many problems in this deck. Book of Moon, staple. I mean, this card is simply amazing. I love it, love it, love it. 1 Pot of Duality. Now, I don't like I said, I really don't like multiple copies of this card, but in one, it feels workable to me. Just the problem is that due to special summoning a lot in this deck, I mean, that's pretty much all this deck does, this can really, I don't know, it just makes it slow, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Yeah, I'm kind of a little bit tongue-tied right now. But, yeah, I don't like the slowness this can put to it. But I think 1, it works alright. Next, my more questionable techs, I got 1 Creature Swap. Now, it's not, I'll admit, this isn't really the best card, but it's, at my locals, this has saved my butt so many times. Like, once I was playing this guy doing TG Skill Drain, and he had everything activated. I really couldn't do anything. He syncs up, makes a Stardust, and prepares to go for game. Then next turn, I summon one of my useless rats, play this, bam, I get a Stardust, and I proceed to win, 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 win. I love this card. It just works so well for me. So, I play it. Next, I got Level Limit Area B. It's a pretty good card. It lets me stop my opponents if I need to, and I like it better than Messenger of Peace, simply because with this down, I can still attack because ranks are unaffected. But I might switch out Messenger of Peace if need be. Then 1 Salvage. This is just to get back Sharks and any XCs, I guess. It's probably one of the biggest things to go if I need to get rid of something, but I don't know, it's really helped. I mean, I can play this, get back Sharks, and just do random crap. I like it a lot. Next for my traps, I got 2 Mirror Force. Due to the mass destruction of traps in September, you don't really have a lot of choices for the really good traps, so I think 2 of this really works, especially in this deck. I found it to be very helpful. Next, I got 2 Fiendish Chain. This is simply amazing. It's a little cloggy at 3, simply because I have no way of pulling it off, like to Zephyrus or anything. I can't do that, so I think it's good at 2. Next, I'm playing 1 of each of the big ones. 1 Solemn, 1 Torrential, 1 Compulse, and 1 Bottomless. Now, I kind of like playing some of these at 1, like these 2. I really feel they need to be at 1. I mean, they're really good, but, you know, stop special summoning, bounces a card. I mean, it's great and all, but I don't know, I feel it's good at 1. I might play this one at 2, stopping special summons is a good thing, but if the only one I would really play at 2, like, I'd be happiest to play at 2, would probably be Torrential, because this Windups loves Torrential. I mean, I can summon Rabbit, activate this, destroys other stuff, I get my Rabbit. I can make Zen Mains, activate this, I can make Maystroke, activate this. I mean, it's such a good card, and I can nuke my opponent's field. I love it. Next, I got more interesting tech. I got Pinpoint Guard. Now, this is more of a questionable tech, simply because, well, you probably haven't heard of it before, but it's simply amazing, this deck. I mean, if they're playing like Felgrand or something, that can just, all this stuff doesn't work, because it can negate all effects of it's immune to everything. I can have this fit down, set face down, they attack, I activate this, pull out, say, Rabbit out of my grave, they're stopped, I get a free Rabbit. And let's say I also have a factory on the field. If they're in phase, I can banish this and get a free search, and then on the next turn, do it again. But yeah, I get a free search from that. So yeah, I really like this card. It's pretty good. It's definitely helped me out. And I can get more than just Rabbit. I can pretty much get any card I want in my deck. Yep, pretty much any card. So that's the main deck. On to the extra deck. For my rank 3s, I got Wind-Up Zen Mains. It's Wind-Ups. I see no real reason not to play it. Soul of Silver Mountain. Well, this guy's pretty good. If I make it, I can stop my opponent's back row and then bring back, like, rabbits and the such. So, I think it's pretty good. Then, One Levier. This isn't the best in this deck, but due to it, I need it for one of my combos, so it's here. And it's not a useless card. Next, I got Leviathan Dragon. I prefer this over 30 for many situations due to my lack of outs to the card. And, I mean, this is a pretty good card anyway, so I like it. Now for my 4s, I got Maestroke, kind of goes without saying. Gymnite Pearl. Now, I kind of like just having a general beater I can go into very easily. Also, he's immune to Fiendish Chain, so that's pretty good. Next, I got Photon Pappy. This is a pretty good card. I really like it, but it's mainly here to be part of my big combo. So, yeah. Next, I got Gaga Cowboy. It's a great card. It runs over stuff and it burns. I really like it, but I don't know. It just feels a little bit lackluster to me, but it works alright, I guess. Next, I got Abyss Dweller. I'm liking this card. I mean, any grave-oriented deck gets crapped on by this guy. I love it. And next format, I have a feeling Mermails are probably going to be big again, so Next, I got Diamond Dire Wolf. Rabbit busts this card. Rabbit busts this card. So good. Let me show you. Well, it's kind of obvious, but you have Rabbit. So let's see his effect, so you guys can read it. Maybe you could pause it or whatever. But yeah, as you can see, when he attaches, he targets one of mine and targets one of his. When I do that, I banish the rabbit, it's gone, then only his monster is destroyed. It works, trust me, it's awesome. Free destruction. Awesome. Next, I got one Digesto Emerald. Mainly here because of my lack of Avarice, which I greatly miss, because Avarice was the best. I love it. And I don't like, and Pot of Dichotomy is and really overpriced. But if Avarice were to come back, this would probably be the first thing to go if I needed to put something new into my extra deck. So yeah. Now my rank 5s I've seen are pretty much just removal. So for back row, I've got Wind Up Arsenals and Mayo. It's a pretty good card. It knocks out 2 sets. And in a heavy list format, that's pretty good. Then, for my front row, I've got Volcasaurus. It pops anything and they take damage. And if I need a little bit of both, I got Tyrus, who is immune to battle. No, he's immune to being destroyed by card effects. Sorry, I messed that up. Wish he was immune to battle. That'd be awesome. And with any of them dead, I can make Gaia Charger on them, which is awesome. Especially if I can make Volcasaurus, then activate his effect, then Gaia Charger, and run. Volca Charger is a pretty well-known combo, though. Yeah. Okay, well, that's it for my extra deck. Now, I think I'll show my side deck. Just be warned, I'm not really all that enthusiastic about my side decks. I mean, it's kind of an for me. I don't know why. I've just never found myself super... I don't really go out of my way to get really good cards for my side deck. I mean, there are some good cards. It's just, I only take cards from what I already own. I very, very rarely go out to get cards, unless I'm like, oh my gosh, this is amazing and it's super cheap. Why is this off? How is this so awesome? Okay, first I got my 2 C's. I'm 30 and Crazy Box. Now, I like 17 better, but there are some situations where I just need the power. The Nintendo power. And Crazy Box, I'll explain a little bit later. Okay, then for monsters, I got Tragodia and Thunder King. Tragodia's a little self-explanatory. I think he's a good card, just not useful for all situations. And Thunder King is amazing. He stops special summoning, which shuts down some decks completely. But the problem is, in this deck, he shuts down my factory, which is a real bum. So unless like his effect like wins me the game because it completely shuts my opponent's deck down, like spellbooks or something, I'm probably not going to use it. Otherwise, I might use it in that, is what I'm trying to say, but not in any normal situation. I don't know. I mean, it works. It's just having my stuff restricted makes me feel a little on edge. Next, I got Messenger of Peace, if I need to replace it with level limit. So yeah. Next, I got Mind Drain. It's not really I don't really like it as much as it used to. It's not as good as it used to be because levels are a bit more sporadic now. Like back in day when windups were the thing, it was pretty much all level 4s. So this card you could expect for this card to be useful. Now it's only sometimes. So I'll slide it in if my opponent has stuff I can use, but otherwise probably not. Next, I got Prohibition. It stops anything. Self-explanatory. Next, probably one of my most favorite cards for this is Zombie World. It's basically a cheap, hollow version of DNA Surgery, I think, is the name. I'm not sure off the top of my head. But you play it. It's a field spell, by the way. So back in the day, it would have destroyed Dragon Ravine, which is awesome. And basically, all their stuff becomes zombies. Spellbooks can't activate. A lot of spellbook cards can't activate their effects because they have no spellcasters. Dragons can't banish out of the grave because they're zombies. I mean, this card is amazing. I'm surprised so many people... I mean, I got this for $1.50. I mean, that's just amazing. Now for my traps, I got Debunk. It's a little overpriced right now, I think. I think it's like $10, $11. I got this out of a 10, which is why I have it. Otherwise, I probably wouldn't. It's a great card. It banishes anything that tries to activate its effects in the grave. And it's quick. Or counter. So I really like it. Next, I got Eradicator Epidemic Virus to justify the Crazy Box. And I got a Malevolent Catastrophe. In case needing a heavy really makes that much difference, I got this. Next, I got Mind Crush, kind of self-explanatory, and his lesser-known brother, Mind Hazorks. This is a pretty good card. It pay 500 life points, you get to see all their sets and their hand. I kind of like that. It's not useful in every situation, so that's why I've decided. Then, Non-Fusion Area. Well, this prevents him from making infusions if needy, and I kind of ran out of space, so I have a Spell Purification, because they lose all their continuouses. But that's kind of dangerous because I have factories. Now, I think before I quit, I'll show off my big combo. So, no, I think I'll make the separate video for that. So, stay tuned and I'll release that in a sec. I'm starting to run out of time on my timer, that's why, guys. And for future reference, I don't have sleeves on some of these because I ran out, so I'm going to have to like take some just random sleeves and stick them on, just so nobody starts butt hurting on me. I do use sleeves. I love sleeves. I cringe when I see people don't use them. So, well, thanks. Like, subscribe if you watch this video or anything, because probably not a lot of people are, but I thank you a lot if you did. So, do all that good stuff, and this is RealHuntX17 signing out.